What's going on, ladies and dudes? I just want to take a look at my Twitter right here. Okay, well, I've taken pisses longer than this fight. I don't want to sound like, I know-it-all. Anything can happen in the damn fight. But listen, while they were announcing the fighters, they said, and the number 2 fighter in the world, Donald Cerrone. I'm like, Donald Cerrone's number 2? I'm like, oh, damn, okay. So, this fight kind of went like I thought it was going to go, and I don't want to even sound like, oh, I'm a know-it-all. Like I said, you never know what the F is going to happen. But listen, this is the thing. When you were watching the highlights, when they were doing the fighter introductions, this is from the video, right? And I've tweeted this, by the way. You can follow me on Twitter, MMA Genius. Dos Anjos, he said, I don't party. I fight for my legacy. And then we see over here there Donald Cerrone driving cars, wakeboarding, the list goes on, etc., etc., etc. Now, this is the thing. This is me thinking. There is a huge gap between the best fighter and the champion and the number 2. Especially if the number 2 is... You're not going to be the best in the effing world at anything if you're over there racing cars, wakeboarding, riding bulls, doing all this extra BS. That's not going to happen, dude. That's not going to happen. Especially if you're a champion that lives and breathes the sport, that you spend every minute thinking about that and how to even get better, how to get better and better and better. And that everything just summed it up right there. Dos Anjos said, I don't party, I fight for my legacy. And then we see over there Donald Cerrone racing cars, wakeboarding, bulls, etc., etc. And I was like, there's a huge gap between these two guys. Just on that alone, there's a huge gap. Just on that alone. The fight was 66 seconds, and it went the way I thought it was going to go. Dos Anjos steamrolled the F out of this guy, Cerrone. Cerrone could be a champion in any other organization. Bellator, he could be the champion. But to be the best in the fucking world, without a doubt, at the 155-pound division, there's a huge gap, and I knew it. And that's the way the fight went. He kneed him, he kicked him, he punched him. Cerrone went. Cerrone was never in the fight. He just got steamrolled. That's the only thing I can think of. Steamrolled. This is the other thing I want to say. Does Cerrone have ADD? No, he has ADHD. Hyper. This guy cannot stand still. He cannot stay still. He always has to be doing something. I don't know if the UFC diagnosed it. I mean, if they released that he was diagnosed with it. But, I mean, you can 100% tell. This guy cannot stay still, cannot focus, cannot... He always has to be doing something, always. That is somebody with 100% ADHD. If he would fucking channel that into one thing, holy shit. I don't want to bash the F out of Cerrone, but listen, if you've been watching the sport for a long fucking time, you know, dudes. You just know this guy, when he gets to the big dance, there is a huge separation between him and the champion. I was there when he fought Pettis. Pettis effed him up. I don't know if put it this way, it might be mental, who knows, but for sure there is definitely physical traits in that, and you definitely see that they're not on the same level in terms of everything, striking. Oh, and when Cerrone went down, Dos Anjos just started grappling with him. He held him down in a way that you're just like, this guy has so much experience in the fight game, period. Dos Anjos is not weak anywhere, dude. Anywhere. And then he called out McGregor. Ooh. Nate Diaz called out McGregor, and then, ooh, I love this call out. I absolutely loved the call out. He said, you want to come up to 155? This is my division. There's not even a doubt. 100% it's his division. 100%. I'll just end the video by saying this. Sum everything up. Donald Cerrone has too many fucking distractions outside of the octagon. This guy cannot stay still. If you want to be the fucking best at everything, you can't fucking be over there wakeboarding, riding cars, riding bulls. This guy is distracted as fuck. He could be a champion anywhere else, but when you want to be the best in the world at something, you have to 100% commit yourself. Anything can happen in the fight game. All right, he could have kicked Dos Anjos' head and became the champion, but I was gonna tweet this, but I didn't. I'm like, no, forget it. I'll just tweet what actually we saw and what Dos Anjos said. But I was gonna tweet this. If Cerrone wins, there's for 100% for sure he's not gonna hold it. He's not a multiple time champion where he holds the belt. Hell no, he's not. He's just not that type of person. Anywhere else he could be the champion. Dos Anjos on the other fucking hand. This guy is committed as fuck, trains hard as fuck. He's not weak anywhere. He's, like I said, 100% committed. And I do want to say this. We saw the gap between number 1 and 2. If fucking Cerrone is number 2, which I don't even believe, by the way. Pettis is above Cerrone, by the way. If he's number 2, then there's a huge fucking gap between the number 1 and 2. But whatever, I don't make the rankings. I do want to say this. So, Nate called out McGregor. Dos Anjos called out McGregor. I don't know what McGregor's going to do. I still think Jose deserves the rematch. I'm just laughing because Dos Anjos is fucking really, 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 really good. If McGregor chooses to go and fight this guy, oh boy, I'm going to say right now, oh boy, Mystic Mac's going to have a hard time predicting what's going to happen here because Dos Anjos is a MFer, dude. The fight lasted 66 seconds and Cerrone was in an 8-fight win streak. That just shows you the level that Dos Anjos is at and that I knew he was at. I'll see all of you later.